Senator Carper. Senator Johnson, you're recognized for your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I think based on the morning panel and this panel as well, we're talking about a problem that is my true definition of a problem, one that does not have easy solutions. Again, what is harmful content is all in the eye of the beholder. We all abhor violence. I certainly condemn white supremacists. I condemned, immediately, forcefully, repeatedly the violence on January 6th. But I am concerned about the bias of your platforms. The earlier panel would not give me any indication whatsoever. The percentage of liberals versus conservatives in your organizations, I don't expect you'll be any more forthright in that. But let me ask you this question. I know the chairman likes to talk about the white supremacists and January 6th. Democrats love talking about that. What about the 570-plus riots that occurred in the summer of 2020? 2,000 law enforcement officers injured, $1 to $2 billion worth of property damage, a couple of people killed in Kenosha, Wisconsin, dozens of buildings burned, a couple dozen people also lost their lives during those riots. Mr. Cox, have you deplatformed or have you throttled back or censored anybody that was involved in the organization of the summer riots?
Senator, these were
pretty quick answer. I got a lot of territory to cover.
Senator, domestic terrorism and extremism and calls for violence are against our community.
Did you throttle back? Did you censor anybody that organized the summer riots? 570 of them.
Senator, I can look at the specifics.
Okay, Mr. Mohan, did YouTube throttle back or censor any of the rioters in the summer 2020?
Senator, our policies apply equally regardless of who the
perpetrators
are.
So did you throttle back? Did you censor some of the organizations that were responsible for the summer riots?
We would have applied our policies equally regardless of where the riots were if it was a violation.
Can you provide me with the names of the people you throttled back that were responsible for the summer riots?
Senator, I'm happy to follow up.
Okay, good. I appreciate that. Mr. Sullivan, what about Twitter?
Twitter would have removed any incitement to violence that was on our platform, regardless of.
So you did throttle back on organizers of the summer riots?
For any case where we see incitement to violence, we would remove that content and take
So
action.
your CEO, Mr. Dorsey, was before a Commerce Committee, I think it was in October 2020, and both Senator Cruz and I asked him whether your platform, Twitter, could impact our elections, and he denied it. Our three witnesses earlier this morning, completely disagreed with Mr. Dorsey, said they absolutely, Twitter and these platforms can. Do you believe that Twitter can impact our elections?
I think Twitter plays an important role in the public conversation.
It's really kind of a yes or no answer. Can they impact our elections?
We're taking the elections.
Really, yes or no? I got a lot of coverage.
As I described to the previous question, we've put in place many actions and mitigations relating to elections.
Can you impact elections?
People try to use our platform to get messages out regarding elections, and we try to do our best to get
this morning I specifically talked about the fact that you censored the New York Post article about Hunter Biden. We have polls that said that had the American public known that, we wouldn't be in the ditch that we are right now. Mr. Mohan, do you believe YouTube can impact elections?
Senator, there's an open public debate that happens on YouTube every day, whether it's
Can you impact? I mean, it's really a pretty simple yes or no answer.
Senator, YouTube is an open platform where there is debate.
And Mr. Cox, do you believe that Facebook can impact elections?
Senator, I think the public discussion that happens on our platforms are a part of the public
But you don't think
discourse.
by censoring material that you, specifically your management, can impact elections? Not what's occurring on your platform, but your management, your decisions, your censoring of information. Can you impact elections?
Senator, respectfully, with respect to the New York Post story you referenced, we did not.
I know you throttled it back, but can you, again, I'm not asking about that specifically. Do you have the power? Our earlier witness, Mr. Redder, said a small group of people run these companies and have substantial power over shaping the reality for billions of people. Can you just be honest? By the way, our earlier panel basically, to paraphrase, said don't believe a word you guys are going to tell us. But can you at least be honest with the American public and say, yeah, you have that power. You can impact the elections. Can you be honest with them, or are you going to sit there and say, well, people talk about things on our platforms?
Senator, we do think transparency about our decision-making around our content, around not just terrorism, but around misinformation. We take all of these areas of content seriously, and we publish our work. We do think the public deserves to know what our policies are and how we enforce them.